Welcome to the C Word with Matt, Zach, Ryan, Sheldon, and Simon. We're here to talk to you about a conspiracy.
A what?
Conspiracy. A conspiracy related to something that Matt will bring forward to us.
Somehow worse than what I said.
2 out of 3. Who wants to give it a shot next?
In folklore, a ghost is the soul or spirit of a dead person or animal that can appear to the living. In ghost lore, depictions of ghosts vary widely from an invisible presence to translucent or barely visible wispy shapes to realistic lifelike forms. Mm-hmm. Everybody's familiar with the concept of ghosts.
No, I'm not going to argue that.
That sounds like horse shit to me.
Yeah.
What about ghouls, gremlins, and goblins?
Now let me get into it, but we're not talking
Are
about
those
gremlins
ghosts?
or goblins. We're talking about ghosts. All right,
Ghouls?
so let's do it. Yes, that was good. So like I said, in folklore, a ghost is the soul or spirit of a dead person or animal that can appear to the living. In ghost lore, depictions of ghosts vary widely, from invisible presence to translucent or barely visible wispy shapes to realistic lifelike forms. The belief in the existence of an afterlife as well as manifestations of spirits of the dead is widespread, dating back to animism or ancestor worship in pre-literate cultures. Ghosts are generally described as solitary, human-like essences, though stories of ghostly armies and ghosts of animals rather than humans have also been recounted. The overwhelming consensus of science is that ghosts don't exist.
True.
Fucking science.
Can we get like just a quick roundtable discussion on whether or not we believe in ghosts?
That's what
I think we should start on that.
All right, so let's start with Zach.
Yes.
You do believe in ghosts?
I want to believe in ghosts.
I'm shocked. I thought you were going to be a hard no.
I don't think that they are real, but I really want them to be.
Yeah.
So in my head, it's like Santa Claus.
Right.
I know he's not real, but I just really want it.
You really wish.
I just wish he
Have
was
you?
real.
So you've never had any personal experience or anything like that,
I had some ooky spooky experiences.
such as?
Well, they're mostly when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and
most
I psyched
are.
myself out hanging out with Justin way too much.
Sure, but like that's kind of like one of the things is they say that when you're a kid you're more open to it, right? And when you get older, all the fluoride in the water crosses over your pineal gland and
Yeah.
you can't see the ghosts
Yeah.
anymore.
That's true. Yeah, that is
That's
true.
what happened to me.
That's exactly what happened.
So what happened? Anything in particular that you can remember?
Just a lot of weird shit in Justin's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strange noises, shit moving.
Yeah, like I'd be asleep on his couch in the middle of the night, and like this guy with a big beard would come up, and he'd put his hand in my pants.
Yeah, right on.
Then you always saw him the next morning at breakfast, and you were always
Yeah,
like,
and I was just like, "Hey, this is so weird." And he said, "Nope, shut up. I was a ghost."
How long ago was this?
Oh God, 2 weeks ago. No, it was just a lot of weird shit around Justin's house. Justin's house is old. The basement is super creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever been down in it.
I don't think so.
It's just creepy. It's
Yeah.
just very straight, like it's half floor, half dirt. Some
Yeah.
walls are missing, some walls are up, and there's
yeah.
like a bathroom that's semi-walled over.
Yeah,
Perfect haunted house.
Yeah.
Type setup, right?
sounds like it.
Just weird stuff. Just nothing in particular. I remember it right now. I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
Justin has lots of examples because he is.
He'll be. So he's screaming at the podcast right
Yeah,
now.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Justin.
"Oh, I'd like to hear his take on this." Yeah, I'd like to hear his take on this because
Yeah.
he also has a very wild imagination.
Yeah. All right.
Childlike sometimes.
So, Justin, I know you're listening. So, what I need you to do is I need you to record your own ghost stories and send them into the show, and we'll put them on.
Here's your
And-
chance right now. Everyone, shut up. Okay, I hope you got it out of your system.
Also, come back on the show. We want to have you again.
I shouldn't say childlike. He's not child. He's just as very.
Don't walk it back. You said childlike.
Okay,
That's what
He's
you
gonna
said.
get I'm gonna get a message from you like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you. He's a
Yeah.
lot bigger than you.
That's
Yeah.
because you said he has a
And stronger.
childlike
Yeah.
imagination.
That doesn't take much.
Adventurous. Yeah.
All right, Ryan. What about you? Any ghost stories? Do you believe in ghosts? First of all,
Nah, I don't believe in them.
no.
But I find it super interesting. Like,
Yeah.
I find ghost horror movies, like, the scariest kind, for some reason. But, like, my sister and Nan used to tell me horror stuff. Well, like, Nan was a kid on her farm, and, like, she was walking downstairs, and a hand touched the back of her shoulder, and she turned around, and there was no one there, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And where I grew up in, across the road was, like, a path in the woods. and apparently like the white lady lived
Yeah.
up there.
Oh, we had a white lady.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like my sister told me one day she looked down the hall and she saw the white lady walk from her room to my parents' bedroom.
Fuck all that.
So like I was a kid, so I was like, shit.
yeah, for sure.
But like I've never had nothing myself. Again, my grandfather's house was like Justin's primo haunted house. So I was scared shitless to go anywhere but like the kitchen and living room.
Yep.
But no, nothing like no one molested me or nothing. So
Those old houses are fucking scary as shit.
I know there's
There's
always
just something about them.
people just tugging on your bird all the time.
It's all the exposed wiring.
That's what it is. Yeah.
What about you, Sheldon? Any ghost stories?
I don't believe in ghosts, but I had a couple spooky encounters when I was younger. Actually, I had a dream not that long ago. I had a dream that there was a guy in front of me, and he looked like I can't describe him, just looked like a human. And, yeah, the spookiest kind.
Chills
But he
down
was,
my
like,
spine.
translucent, and he was gonna, like, he was in my room coming down on me. And then I woke up, and I thought I saw him there. Going down on me, yeah. The ghost was sucking my but I had a dream that he was like in my room and I was like
Cold
powerless and he
thin
came
lips.
down on top of me.
That's a hag dream.
Like that, except I
Did
wasn't
you
like
get
frozen.
fucked? It sounds like you're gonna get fucked in this dream.
I woke up and I was fine, but I woke up kind of spooked and then I said holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck, and then Megan woke up and she's like what? And I was like I thought I just saw someone in the room and she told me I think she said shut the fuck up or something.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But that was
the
only like a
appropriate
few weeks
response.
ago. Yeah, exactly. And then she had a dream. That same night, she woke up like probably 2 hours later with I think she had like a cramp in her leg or a muscle spasm or something. She woke up going, fuck, 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 fuck. And I was completely on like 11 spook. Like I was,
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, like level 11 of spook factor, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I was like completely freaked. But I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
But it's weird how that can like, you always go back to that.
Absolutely.
But I want.
It's primal.
No, it's like when you wake up and you see something hanging in the corner of your room. And you're like, oh, I don't know
That's
if
like-
that's the guy here to kill me or if it's just a coat.
Yeah, well, that's like Megan
We're gonna
won't let
sleep
me.
until I can get a good look.
Yeah.
She won't go to bed unless the the closet doors are closed because she's like, if I wake up and I see something, I'm done.
We have so in our ensuite, it opens up and the mirror is there, and so Adrian shuts the door
Yeah.
every night because she's like, I can't
If
deal
I-
with mirrors in the dark.
Yeah, exactly. If a fucking light hits it or something, you wake up and you see it, you're
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
You're just gonna die.
first time I saw Nightmare on Elm Street all the way through was like that. Like I was in college at the time. I know Freddy Krueger doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But I was watching it and I was like kind of spooked because it is a scary movie.
Yeah.
But then when the movie finished and the TV was off and the lights were off, I was like,
Uncomfortable. It's like,
I gotta piss. I don't want to go down that hallway. I
Yep.
don't need to piss that much.
but when I was a kid, now this has actually happened where I'm from. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they have dildo days, right? And it was like one of the
So
first.
where are you from?
Good one. Yeah. So they had dildo days, and it was like one of the first dildo days. Oh, I should stop doing that. Yeah, one of the first dildo days, and some guy got really fucking drunk, and apparently he was a hard case or something.
In dildo.
Yeah.
Go on.
Go on, boy. And he said, this town's gonna fucking burn tonight. And he locked his brother in the bathtub or in the bathroom and set the house on fire.
Holy shit.
And Buddy died, and his brother died in the bathtub.
What are you talking about?
Was this happened in your lifetime?
Yeah, this happened like when I was like 3 or 4 years old. Yeah,
What?
I don't remember that.
yeah, it's happening in Dildo, over in Reed's room. I can show you the house next time we're at home.
Who did that?
I can't say names, can I?
You can. Oh, fuck. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah. So when after that all cleared, the air cleared,
you
like that summer, my sister and her friends were going through that house for some reason, and I was with them, and you
be
could see
creepy.
handprints on the walls.
Fuck that.
I didn't know what it was at the time, but I thought the house was haunted for obvious reasons now, but back then that's all I could picture was just handprints on the walls like that. Those are ghost handprints.
Well, I mean, if you're going to pick a house to be haunted, yeah. That's
Yeah,
a good
and
one.
it was
Most likely
pretty
that one.
recent.
So what are
yeah.
the details there? Buddy locked him and his brother in a
No,
bathtub?
he locked his brother in the bathroom.
So how did he die?
Oh, he was drunk.
did
So he probably
die
got
on a-
smoke inhalation and died.
So the two of them
okay.
I
died.
meant, 2 of them died.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Never
Yeah.
heard of it before.
Yeah.
Fucked.
I mean, it's not a ghost story, but I thought it was a ghost handprint when I saw it when I was a kid.
Oh,
and I
that's
thought
a
that
ghost
until
story,
like
yeah.
I was like 18.
It's
My
close
sister-
enough.
It's
All
like a
ghost stories
prequel.
start with
Yeah.
those little
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
This is how
And
he
it
became a ghost.
deviates
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah.
That's the prequel to a ghost
Yeah.
story.
And I thought that was exactly what happened. I didn't know what the actual story was until my sister told me like 6 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fucked. Bravo.
Fucked,
That
yeah.
was crazy. What about you, Simon?
I believe in like some kind of I don't know, like not like ghosts, like not like white sheet Casper ghost thing, like no, but like the essence or the spirituality around that kind of thing, some kind of presence. I think there's something there, maybe. I don't know. I like to think about it. I like you like to think about like
Keep your options open.
yeah.
One way I like to think about it is so rather than it being a spectral force, so like a ghost isn't a being, it's a intense emotional scar on a place, like a around a certain set of events in a certain place in a certain time. Like it strikes the energy, the aura of that area so deeply that certain people who are in tune with that essentially relive these events
Yeah.
and see it.
Yep.
That to me seems like the best explanation, because that will explain why certain people are susceptible to ghosts, certain people are not.
Yeah.
That's what I think about
Yeah.
it.
So we'll get into it now in a second, but in the classification of ghosts, what you're talking about there, what they call that is a residual haunt. That's what it's
Makes
called.
sense.
So it's when the ghost or apparition or whatever it is, or the aura, is imprinted on an object or a place or whatever. I don't know if you remember it or not, but when we went to Sci-Fi on the Rock many years ago, there was a Scottish author, and he told us a story about a movie that came out in like the 70s on BBC.
Yes.
And that was what it was about. It was about like the rocks, like the stones of this castle had like ghosts imprinted on them, and the people went there to like shoot a movie or something like that. I think it was called The Stone Tapes was the name of
Sounds right, yeah.
and we watched it.
Yep.
I brought it up to your house and we watched it after.
Yeah.
So do you believe like a metaphysical thing, or just kind of like some people bring it upon themselves because they're more scared in a way?
I don't think everyone is open to these phenomena.
So like if me and another person who was open to it went to the same place at the same time, like
You could experience something and the other person could not at all,
yeah.
because of however I don't even know what your chakras are aligned.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Some form
So
of
you actually
connection.
believe that, and not like this person's just more scared and more like
There's a bit of that to it too, because it's similar when people talk about like hypnosis. So like
Yeah.
some people are really open to the idea, and of course you have to be open to the idea of hypnosis to be hypnotized. But this, I just think it's a different wavelength for certain people. Some people will freak themselves out and trick themselves into seeing things, but I think that there's something there. There's something to it. There's got to be something deeper hooking a lot of this stuff, you know?
I think a big hook is like the unknown, like the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
I remember me and my family went up to Battle Harbor. We went across the island and went up to Labrador. We went up to Battle Harbor, which is like this little rinkety boat ride going across. And that's where Sir Wilfrid Grenfell was like stationed out when he did all his, when he visited all the different communities as he was a doctor, right? He would travel up and down the Labrador coastline. And we stayed in his shack, or like it wasn't a shack, it was a big fucking house. And we were on this like deserted island. And like in the house, there was like those old pictures of people that like, it looks like their eyes are always following you.
Yeah.
Like you always see in
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
And not to
Yeah.
mention there's a big cardboard cutout of a person. And the whole place was like bare and empty. So that night we were sleeping in this like little room, and thunder and lightning. I've never seen thunder like that, lightning like that in my life. I was like this little kid. There's like these pictures of like people where like if you walk past, it looks like their eyes are looking at you the whole time. Cardboard cutouts of people in this like rinkety like old house, and like you can always hear like these different creaks and cracks and stuff. Like you're thinking about Sir Wilfrid Grenfell and like this people have died here and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And even still at like 8 or 10
Yeah.
years old, like that
Scared the shit out of
ravishes
you,
your fucking mind, man.
Yeah.
Like I was shitbag. I've never been so scared in my life.
was one of the things that they say on the ghost hunting shows is that like thunder and lightning storms, that's when you get the most quote unquote activity at the locations. They say it's due to electromagnetic energy and stuff like that. It just charges up the location, and the
man,
ghosts
you could
can use
man.
it.
You could almost feel it inside you, and like just like the presence of like, I'm not here by myself.
Yeah.
And just like, and the lightning, I've never seen it before, man. Never, and I never have again. It was constant lightning and thunder, man. It was crazy.
Shit's haunted, yo.
My nan's from Battle Harbor. My great nan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a small spot.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. And why?
But it was really cool. It was a really cool spot. A lot of
It
history
sounds
there,
deadly.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm similar to Zach. I would really like ghosts to be real. I believe I want to believe in ghosts. I love those ghost hunter shows. Me and Adrian bonded in the first like part of our relationship, just binge watching those ghost hunter shows. Like we fucking fired through all those seasons just watching that shit. And those shows are very silly.
Yeah.
We are aware that those shows are very silly.
Jared loves them too.
Yeah, but they're fun. They're entertaining, and they can be spooky. But I would love for ghosts to be real. I haven't had any like super outright experiences. I've had unexplained noises and things like that you're like in the back of your mind you're like, that's just the house settling or stuff like that. I have a funnier story. When Paranormal Activity came out, I downloaded it and I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning and decided I was going to watch it alone at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Right? I'm not like, I like horror movies, but I'm a scaredy cat. I get scared at horror movies. So I watched this movie at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Finishes up. I'm rattled.
Yeah.
Fully rattled. I go in. We're in this shitty apartment, basement apartment. And I go in. Adrian's asleep. I lie in bed. And I didn't know, but she was awake. And her ice cold foot moves over in the bed and touches my calf. And I just go, it's just like freak the fuck out, right? Like, because I'm like, well, that's a ghost. That's fully a fucking ghost touching me right now in bed, right?
I don't know exactly how that looks because when we were living together,
I'm glad you're bringing this story up.
This is one of the best.
This was what Matt was going to say.
we worked at the same call center. We were on opposite shifts.
Yep.
So I was coming home really early in the morning, and Matt was getting ready to go to work, and I was in the bathroom. And I finished up and I heard him wake up. So I said, I'm going to scare him now. So I opened the door and I hopped in the shower and pulled the curtain to it. Well, then I said, wait a second. He might be naked because he's going to get a shower. So I covered my eyes. No, I closed my eyes and I stood there with my hands out like Frankenstein.
You
like,
sure
just
did.
Like, "Ooh." And I waited and I waited and I waited. Eyes closed. Waiting. And he walked in and I heard him go, oh, creaking and cracking and threw open the shower curtain. I went, and I opened my eyes for some reason at this point. I was like, I don't care. I want to see him naked. And he went, and he clenched his chest and reached out towards me, grasping. And he went, and he hit the wall and slid down the wall to the floor. It was the most scared I had ever seen a human being.
Yeah. I was the most scared I've ever been in my life. For sure. Like, no doubt about it. Like, it was the Paranormal Activity scare was a 10. That was like a 15 and a half. For sure.
That classifies like a near-death experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I clutched my heart. I thought I was dying.
It was full on this.
Yeah.
So, like, what he didn't know was that, like shit, like, in the shower, like shower curtain scares the shit out of me. Like, the idea of, like, a monster behind the shower curtain is one of those, like, freaky, weird things for me, where it's, like, you never know, and, like, sometimes, like, it moves, and you're like, I don't know, is there something in there? So I moved the fucking shower curtain, and there was something in there.
I had no knowledge of that.
Yeah, it scared the fucking shit out of me.
Cemented that phobia for him for life.
Yes, he did.
I was thinking about like those scenes in a movie where they're in like a gym shower and they're in there by themselves, and then like, this is a turn. But then the shower curtain comes up, and then you see like afterwards just like the blood going down into like the drain, right? So I always think about that when that was like the first thing I think about when like scary plus shower. That's like the scene I always think about.
Scary shower.
For me, it's like stuff in the distance. Like the first time I've ever watched Insidious was with Trevor. So Trevor's seen it. So Trevor was watching me watching Insidious because I'm a bitch too. And like most of the scares in that movie is like, here's a shot something's wrong. 2 seconds later, it's like, oh, there's a guy behind the curtain or like in the trees. So for a week, I would not like look out the window. So I'd go to the kitchen, to the sink, and just look down in the sink.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I looked up, I just looked in the backyard with the trees in the distance. I'm like, no,
Fuck that.
There's something there. Fuck that. He won't kill me if I don't see him.
That's right.
But it all comes back to the unknown, right? Like,
Yeah.
In the daytime, that's nothing.
I'll tell you what. It's funny you say that. I just watched Midsummer.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, man, that movie's crazy.
Did you pick up on the faces?
I did. So it takes
They're
a while.
real subtle.
It takes a while to pick them out, right?
Yeah.
That movie's crazy. It's broad daylight horror, and I've never seen it done like that before, and it fucked my shit up. It's not like jump scary.
It's just so fucking weird.
It's so unsettling.
Yeah.
And like for a person who has had like anxiety shit,
Yeah.
like it made me feel anxious the entire time I was watching it. I was like, they're replicating that experience really well.
That's the way I felt when I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, because the first time I watched that was like at your house,
Sounds right.
like last year.
Also sounds right.
Yeah, we watched 1 and 3, I think. Were you there for that night?
Yeah. That was the first time I watched them, and I was like uncomfortable. I was like, this is not. I'm not scared, am I? But I'm really not at ease.
Well,
Yeah. And that's like The Shining. The first time I saw
Oh,
that,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I've seen that Simpsons episode a million times. I'm going to laugh this movie. And I couldn't finish it.
no, scary.
It's fucked.
Is it actually scary? I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very unsettling.
Half of it is the sound design alone
Yeah.
that gets to you. And then everything else is just, nah.
So like Kubrick's ability to like unsettle you is unparalleled. Like he was doing stuff. So like obviously like we all seen like continuity errors in films where like a chair moves in like from a
Like
scene or
someone could have
whatever.
a Starbucks cup by their chair.
Exactly, stuff like that, right? Like we've all seen that. Well, like when you have mastery over an art form, you can break the rules and get away with it because you're so good at it. And Kubrick was so good at unsettling people that like he was doing continuity errors subtly so that you're watching the movie, you don't even know it's happening, but like chairs are moving in the scene from the places that they were, and it's like subconsciously it's fucking with your head because
you
your brain's
uncomfortable.
picking up on it and you're not like conscious of it. That movie is very scary.
See, the only movie I ever watched that irked me, like really got to me, was Sleepaway Camp.
Me too, man. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Because the ending is just so out of left field. Like the
Yeah.
whole movie is
Yeah.
super campy
Yeah.
and standard slasher for the most part.
Yep.
And then at the end, it's
Oh boy.
Uncomfortable.
and it's not even the genitals that get me; it's the face.
The face.
Yeah.
The face still scares you. If I see a Google image search of the face, I have
Yeah.
to turn it off
Yeah.
because it's too fucked
Yeah.
up.
unmoving, unblinking,
Yeah.
and it's like nope. The only movie I've ever watched that gave me nightmares.
Yeah, I follow Felissa Rose on Instagram.
Yep, me too.
And like she's a beautiful woman, but her face in that movie scares the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
When did that movie come out? Like, that's an old movie, right?
Man.
The 80s?
80s?
I would say like
81 maybe?
Yeah, like early 80s,
Yeah.
That early? Because
maybe
I mean,
85.
it could be a little bit later because they did. I think all three of them were in the 80s.
Yeah.
There's 3?
Yeah.
well, like,
Oh, I thought there was only
didn't that come
83.
out after the...
83, yeah.
I still thought it'd be a bit later because I thought that came out after, like, Halloween and Friday the 13th. But I guess those were the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were 70s. Yeah.
Never mind.
So yeah, I mean that's all I got for ghosts. Like I have the same thing. Like my nan's house was really old, and that thing used to creak, and it had the creepy pictures of my great grandparents, and they're like, all done
Yeah.
up in their fucking thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
black and white, and it's so
Like
so
you'd expect to
unsettling.
see like scary stories to read in the dark, like that type of shit.
Yeah,
And you expect to look back and see it all fucking like weird.
exactly. But I've never had like nothing's ever like been right in front of me. Like I've never had an experience like that.
No.
My
Right.
closest thing would be a UFO that I thought I saw when I was a child, but I just woke up in the middle of the night. I thought I saw a UFO outside the house, but I definitely didn't. Because my head probably just fucking with me.
Fair enough.
Mine was when
That's
I was
the
little.
closest.
And when I used to piss the bed when I was really small, like 3 or 4 years old.
Ago?
3 or 4 years ago.
When he was really small.
And Mom used to wake up in the middle of the night and she'd bring me out to the bathroom. And I'd go out and do my business and then go. I was a really heavy sleeper.
Sounds like you're a dog right now.
I got a treat.
Mama put me outside.
Yeah. So, but this one night, this was like a couple years later. I was probably 7 or 8, and I woke up, and just like in this daze, and I remember like there was like something like an old lady bringing me towards the bathroom. But the thing is, my stairs to go to my first, like from the second floor to the first floor, are right by the entrance to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I didn't go to the bathroom. I went down the stairs, and fucking tits down, right over 14 fucking steps, and bashed my skull on a fucking metal plant holder, and broke the metal off. And Dad came up and lost his fucking mind. And like the first thing you're supposed to do if someone does that is not pick him up. And Dad knows that
because he's a doctor.
Yeah. And he picked me up, and he like didn't. And I don't remember any of it whatsoever. No. But I do remember this faint memory of like this old lady bringing me to the bathroom. And I always thought back, it was like, is this like some kind of like did I was like so out of it, like I like because my nan had passed away when I was really small. Like, was this like some kind of like image I had in my mind of my nan bringing me to it? I was like, this is fucking freaky, man. And I still remember that, but I don't remember smash my head off the fucking metal plant holder.
That does explain a lot.
Yeah, clearly.
Some fucking head on you, I'll tell you. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Drink spear. There you go.
Yeah.
Watch the way to pain.
Yeah.
All right.
Slip it.
So, classifications of ghosts. So we've talked about this a little bit, but now we'll get into it. So, ghosts generally fall into one of the following categories. The first, ghosts are created by naturally occurring environmental conditions such as electricity and electromagnetic radiation. Evidence for this often comes in the form of EMF readings. So like you'll see in the ghost hunter shows, they all have EMF detectors, right? And they go around and they'll say, spike here, spike there, that kind of stuff. And again, exposed wiring really makes them jump. Right?
Especially in those old houses.
Yeah. Number two, ghosts are the playback of energy or stored human emotion that was once present in the location and then somehow captured or recorded onto the environment. Evidence of this theory is often discussed in terms of residual haunting. So that's what I was talking about earlier, right? So you have this traumatic event, like Sheldon's house burning down story.
Yeah.
And
not my house. But.
Not your house. No, the house that you talked about. It bends the aura in that area. Number three, ghosts are very much alive and active, but present in alternate dimensions or realities. So, science is generally accepting of the idea of the multiverse. So, isn't it possible that if the universes kind of rub up against each other and there's crisscrossing of dimensions, that something could push through and manifest in a certain way that we just don't understand?
Like Stranger Things.
Yeah, exactly. Very much like Stranger Things.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's basically a documentary.
Yeah.
Yep.
4. Ghosts may be either figments of our imaginations or products of temporary hallucinations.
Definitely possible.
Right? If you take enough mushrooms, you might see a ghost.
Bye.
You might see more than one, actually.
You might have a new friend.
Crack your head on enough flower pots. You might see a ghost.
Metal flower pots.
Only metal.
I'll get you every
Only metal.
time.
The plastic ones stand no chance.
Yeah.
Number 5. Ghosts are sentient entities that enjoy vexing and even harming humans. This theory suggests that ghosts are similar to supposed demonic entities or fairies.
See, that one doesn't ring true to me so much.
No? That doesn't turn your crank?
No.
You don't like the idea
it's
of a demon? Yeah.
But see, I wouldn't call it a ghost. It's a demon. It's a different spectral and a different spiritual force.
You're definitely right.
Yeah.
Yes. But so, do you believe in demons?
No.
Less likely.
It's less likely because most people's idea of a demon is just like a Judeo-Christian demon.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense. It's
No.
like saying, do you believe in angels? Well, when you say angel, you mean like a beautiful white-haired thing with wings. When in reality, if there was an angel, it would be a force. So we couldn't visualize it. It would burn our eyes out of our skulls. Our brains would boil. We would just die trying to even imagine what this thing is because it's a higher form than anything we've ever known. And it's below God. So if angels were real, we would not be able to comprehend them in any way. And they would not be interested in our daily lives. No, I don't believe in angels in that sense. I don't believe in demons in that sense because that's when you say demons, that's what people think is winged, spiky little things taking over, playing with people's souls.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me because it's just it's like It's just the Catholic spin on everything. It
Well,
can't
and
be
I'll
real.
tell you. So from some of the research that I went through, it was dramatically repopularized in North American pop culture after The Exorcist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, like pre-Exorcist, like demons and ghosts and stuff like that, people were like, yeah, I mean, some people probably did still believe in them, but like
Yeah.
The Exorcist, it was like, oh, popularity of this topic went through the roof after The Exorcist,
Yeah.
right? So it makes sense why a lot of common perception of a demon or an angel or whatever is like, it's all Catholic imprints, right, of those types of things. But like we're all obviously Westerners, but like I'm curious what the Chinese think of angels and demons. Like when they think of angels and demons in India, when they think of angels and demons, like what is the visualizations that they? Because obviously it's not Judeo-Christian versions of those things.
Because like there's examples of evil spirits in every culture across the world.
It's a universal.
It's not unique to Catholic and Christian cultures.
No.
But when everyone thinks of demon, they think of the standard like pitchfork, ponytail,
Yeah.
fuck your mother, demon type thing.
I think the entity, or how something, like you were talking about earlier, like how this makes you feel, or like this traumatic event caused you to feel about this thing. I think that could be across the board in all cultures. Now, how that's perceived and kind of built on, and I know whatever tangent it takes, that's different, obviously. But that's just different cultures.
The idea of someone like a Wendigo type situation, where essentially it's a person who gets so consumed with their own darkness that they physically manifest this other creature to people. They change their appearance to be gaunt and ghastly and disgusting.
Yeah.
That's more along the lines of what I would imagine a demon can do. It's just people get so consumed by their own evil that they turn into themselves and turn into something else. They just have to transform and push through it to just lose their humanity and become a monster of some kind.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And everything else is just dramatized around that.
Yeah. Wendigo scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, because it's terrifying.
It's very terrifying.
What's Wendigo?
So there's a lot of... Okay,
variation.
so we'll never know 100% what it is because...
It's a different take on the where to go.
Yeah, it's like who, what, where, when to go. So who to go, when to go, where to go, and why to go. Yeah.
What about how to go?
We don't talk about him.
Oh, okay. That's like the black sheep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is a Wendigo, though?
It's a Native American being that can shapeshift into different creatures. And there's a whole lot of folklore behind it, and it's very dense, and we will never know the full dossier of information out of it because I think it's Cree or
I don't know.
But
It's like,
Whatever-
is it like a First Nations thing?
Yeah.
Of,
yeah,
like, Canada?
Yeah.
Well, of Canada, North America,
North
right?
America.
But yes, you're right. It's Aboriginal legend, but they don't talk about it. So whichever Aboriginal group it belongs to, I can't remember offhand, don't discuss it because essentially it's like if you discuss it, it will represent somewhere, it'll manifest, and then we have to deal with it appropriately, which is like an exorcism.
Because I know
Okay.
two examples. One is like if you eat another human, you turn into a Wendigo, and it's just like a ghoulish creature that lives on. But then there's like the pet cemetery Wendigo that fucks with people and makes them crazy, and they're like a mythical giant that walks through the woods, shrouded with fog. So it's vastly different.
Well,
Wow.
to become a Wendigo, you have to consume the flesh of someone you love.
Oh, okay.
That's like it's like becoming a lich. Like a lich is basically really similar to a Wendigo.
Yeah.
And then you so shamans would enlist the powers of Wendigos to help them at different times, but Wendigos were looked down upon because of the things they had to do to turn into a Wendigo to get these powers. And to get these powers from nature, you had to do unspeakable things and give up. You had to forfeit your humanity.
Yeah.
And you had to become this other creature, so you were reviled, but you had essentially ancient wisdom and power that you could tap into and be utilized by the community when it was needed. But you weren't allowed to live amongst them because you were shunned for the acts you had to commit to become what you could.
So
and then there's like interpretations like that.
wow.
Yeah, like a skinwalker,
Yeah.
right?
So we will definitely be doing another special episode on Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
And it's a place down in the States, and it's like one of the most paranormally active places. They've had people go in and do like research over like the course of like many years, funded by this billionaire who's like super into paranormal. He bought the ranch and like hired a bunch of people to go in and like hunt for ghosts and shit like that. There's a documentary on it.
Sounds like something Jared would do if he was a billionaire.
Yeah,
My brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I would do it if I was a billionaire.
me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
So the history. The English word for ghost comes from the Old English gast, from Proto-Germanic geistas.
Geistes?
Geistas.
Geistes.
From the
Just like spirit?
from the Proto-Germanic geistas.
Can you use it in a sentence?
No.
The Geist has spooked me.
I got spooked by un Geistes.
So here we go.
All the guys says I'm the best in the business.
In this hunting business, in this spooking game, I'm the best they ever was.
So the synonym spook is a Dutch word. The
Oh, uncertain etymology is spook.
Yes. The term poltergeist is a German word, literally a noisy ghost, for a spirit said to manifest itself by invisibly moving and influencing objects.
Remember that classic Stephen King movie, a noisy ghost?
I could see like if it was a like an interpretation, you know, where they have to do like the translations.
Yeah.
In German, it's poltergeist. In English, a noisy ghost.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When you said poltergeist, my mind immediately went poultrygeist,
Yeah.
like
It's a
chicken
great
ghost.
movie.
And I was like,
Yeah.
Did you not watch Poltergeist?
Oh, the movie's amazing.
no, I've actually never seen Poltergeist either.
Oh, we should
That
watch both.
movie is still creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah?
scary movie.
It has a scene where a guy peels his own face off.
Well, that's good.
And,
Believe
like-
it or
Good
not,
for you.
that's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. And like a shitload of people connected to the movie died while filming it and just after filming
Really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Notably, a little girl.
Yeah.
Most notably.
Yep.
Oh,
So they died filming it, you said?
Yeah, like
Some of them after.
Some
like,
of 'em
there
after.
is a poltergeist curse. That's
Yeah.
what some people say.
I mean, not all movies where people die are cursed. Like, a woman died making Deadpool 2.
correct.
And someone almost died making the new Resident Evil movie. Actually,
Yep.
I think one person did die, one person almost died.
Yeah.
Like stunt people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they must seem like they're disposable, are they? Like stunt people?
Depends on who you're talking to.
Because I'm like, the shit they put them through. Who's surprised they die over the?
Well, the woman who died making Deadpool 2, I think she was a motorcycle racer.
Yes, she was.
And it was her first movie.
It was.
So she really didn't, I guess they didn't know better.
And they they pushed her past the
Yeah.
legal limits of what she was supposed to be doing as
Yeah,
well.
she wasn't experienced enough to say, nope, that's fucked. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. This has to be in place. And the people making it were like, oh, that's great. You'll be fine. And then it was like, whoa, nope. It was catastrophic failure.
That's why workers have the right to refuse.
Exactly. What was I gonna say? Oh,
Poltergeist.
yeah, no, the Twilight Zone. It was Landis.
Max Landis?
No,
John Landis?
John Landis.
Yeah,
when
him
he
and
ma-
two kids died in a helicopter scene or something.
Yeah, what was the actor's name? I forget. But it was an older actor and
Yeah,
two children. The helicopter tipped over and killed them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I know his name, but I don't want to say it and be wrong and look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Did that get released?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a Vietnam scene. And it was because I think in the thing he was like going through like different dreams or time periods or something like that, and he was rescuing two Vietnamese kids and he was running to the helicopter, and
It's John Landis, I believe.
John Landis was the director, but I don't know the actor.
Yeah, I can't remember that episode specifically, but I think I could be mixing it with another Twilight Zone episode. But he was,
It was
a
the-
racist.
It was the movie.
Yeah, I know, but that segment.
Oh, yeah,
plot,
the
like,
segment.
I think
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
a racist.
He was,
so
yeah,
he
that's
went
right.
back in time to like kinda get
Experience
taste-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, stunt people.
Oh,
and
Vic Morrow.
that's
Yeah.
it. That's the one. Vic Morrow and two children on that one. Anyway, wraith is a Scots word for ghost or apparition, made famous by Tolkien, I would say, more than anybody else. The idea of a wraith.
Yeah.
A revenant is a deceased person returning from the dead to haunt the living, either as a disembodied ghost or alternatively as an animated undead corpse.
Don't forget the shoulder-mounted rocket launchers.
Fuck's sakes. Yes, right. Doom. Doom is amazing. Everybody should play Doom. All of them. I'm just thinking about Doom. Glory kills in my head. The notion of the supernatural, usually involving entities like ghosts, demons, or deities, is a cultural universal. Like we talked about that. Like there is something about it because every culture has it. It's like an inherent thing. We just innately believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
At least some of us do, right? Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, as culture has modernized, there's been less, but
it almost has to get disproven as opposed to proven for ghosts, right? People usually grow up thinking that there's ghosts.
Yeah.
Like kids might not even get exposure to it and be like, "Mommy, I just seen a lady in my closet." Think it's a ghost. Like they might not know the word ghost, but they get that connection.
Yeah, I don't know.
It almost has to get like swapped out of like pushed out of their head instead of it being brought in.
Yeah, like I babysat my niece last week, and she told me she wanted to read a book, but we got to be quiet because that's where the monster lives. And like I don't know where the fuck she got that from.
Yeah, right?
that's so scary.
Right?
That's so scary.
Your little niece told you that?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's just starting kinderstart next
That
month.
is freaky. That's right.
Well, it's like our cat.
Yeah.
So Andre.
And she actually like tiptoed down the hallway and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in the living room.
That's very scary. But like the same thing, our cat Andre, he'll sit on the couch and look past us, and I'm like, I'll turn around and there's nobody there. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? And he's like staring at it, like fixated on it, and I just look, I'm looking, and it's like, man, what are you looking at?
I find cats do that.
Yeah,
You know, like cats have like a sixth sense.
The dog has been terrified of the second fireplace in our house
really.
within the last week and a half.
That's where all the ghosts live.
It literally just
When'd you have your dream?
fuck off. That's too fucking freaky. She like literally won't walk by it, and she just stares at it and growls.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the other day Dusty almost shit his pants because a shirt fell off a hook behind him, and he spun around in a circle and barked, and then came to me. So let's not give the animals too much credit.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't afraid of it for the last X amount of months. Like, she didn't give a fuck about it. She doesn't give a... The last fireplace in her old place was drafty as all fuck noises all day. You know, she spent all...
Did you have it on at any point in the past couple weeks?
Fireplace?
Yeah.
Have it on?
Yeah. Like
It's a
a
whole-
fire in it?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, maybe she burned herself on it, and then that was...
Nope.
no?
Maybe did she start a fire in it?
No, there's no wood in it or nothing.
But I mean, she didn't have like a little dog fire.
No, I don't think so.
Have her little dog friends over.
She's the only one she would be able to have over is like Marco, and
He wouldn't.
He doesn't even
fire.
like fires.
he's a
No.
fucking pussy. I'm joking.
It's funny. So, the spirit of a deceased person that persists in the material world is regarded as an unnatural or undesirable state of affairs, and the idea of a ghost or revenant is associated with a reaction of fear. So, like, it is interesting to think about, like, why do we associate it with a scary or like bad thing? Like, if it can't hurt you, can't do anything to you, like, why are we afraid of it? But like universally as a culture, we are afraid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just unnerving because it shouldn't be.
I
Right.
guess,
Yeah, I think that's
we're naturally afraid of the unknown.
That's true.
All humans are afraid of the unknown
Yeah.
Why is anyone afraid of the dark?
because of the unknown.
Because there's nothing in the dark different than the day, really.
Well, you can
Unless you're in the
rationalize that
woods.
now. That's the thing. That's the
Yeah.
privilege of being where we are in human existence is we can rationalize that.
Now.
We couldn't always, right? Like we know typically most of our homes inside and out, like every square inch of it up and down.
Yeah.
But like I have a spooky as fuck crawl space in mine that is now locked shut because of rats. I know what's in there and it scares me. The size of the rat shit in this crawl space, I don't want my dog going in. My dog is 80 pounds. But like 5 or 6 scared rats, I don't want to see what'll happen. And I know what's in there.
That's different, though, because I'm also afraid of rats.
Ravenous rats, man.
Yeah, +1 for each one you got.
I love it.
Bringing them back now.
Yeah.
It was only natural. It had to be in my basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. It's very thematic.
But, like, why would you be afraid to go down in your basement when it's pitch black? You know what's there.
Because basements are scary.
But you don't know what's there if it's dark.
It's an evolutionary
But,
thing.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's no different if you turn the lights on. Same stuff
Yeah.
is down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it's like you say, it goes back to the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to be afraid of the dark.
No.
Yeah.
But-
I remember I was going up into the woods, me and Tyler, and we'd be just like in the woods, like it'd be pitch dark and be going in everywhere, and I'd be shitless the whole time. And like Tyler was always had this like sense of calm about him. I was like, Tyler, how can you be so calm within the woods? Like we don't know what we're getting into. He's like, but he'd get in there, and once he got in, he'd say, "I'm part of the woods now. They should be afraid of me."
Yeah, but Tyler's fucked.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Not a great example. Tyler's fucked.
But he would sit and like you'd go in there and you'd be scared shitless, but then he'd kind of like meld into the woods itself.
And probably take off all of his clothes except for his underwear and then run through the woods. And you'd be alone in the woods saying, "Fuck Tyler, god damn it," and he would just run. Then come back a day later and wonder why you were freaked out.
But it was sometime in the woods Saturday night.
Yeah. It's the same. The reason you're scared of the dark is the same reason that you sleep with you sleep facing your doorway.
Yeah.
You don't sleep
Yeah.
with your back to your open door, do you?
No.
Well,
How weird does that sound? Right?
depends.
Turn the headboard backwards, and when you go to sleep, you stare at a wall and not the door. You leave the entranceway. You'll
Yeah,
feel very uncomfortable, and you probably
Yeah.
won't be able to sleep.
I did that before.
Is it weird?
Weird
If
for
you-
the other people looking in the room.
Why?
But most people find it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I prefer to sleep facing the door. Like the way I sleep, like in my bedroom, they say if the bed's right there, I'm on the right hand side and Megan's on the left hand side. I prefer to be a little spoon just because I'm facing the door.
If
That's the reason.
Yeah,
if you
that's
don't
it.
have
That's the masculine reason why.
if you don't have sight of the door, so it's like entrance to your room, right? Your dwelling. So it makes you anxious if you can't see that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the chance of something getting in and you not realizing it goes through the roof.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're all just bald monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Oh, it goes back to your same thing with all this stuff though. That's probably why the ghost stuff came into play, because it was almost like an evolutionary instinct.
Yeah.
Be like, you always have to be hyper aware.
Yeah.
And the death thing probably, I don't know where that.
Once an animal is able to perceive death, we have to, like, we have that in our mind. It's like, okay, someone used to be a thing and now they're gone.
But
Could like their essence still be like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Well,
an
you'll have
alligator's
a-
not having that thought, but we do.
well,
Yeah.
you can have a
Right.
dream about someone that's dead, and
Yeah.
that dream can still haunt you,
Yeah.
even though they're long gone.
Yeah.
So the fact that someone,
Yeah.
your enemy, or someone that hurt you, could
Yeah.
still affect you from the at the afterlife.
Yeah.
It's probably like an evolutionary trait to be able to visualize that and have a really, I don't know what the word, but a really bad reaction to it.
Yeah.
It crosses some wires
Yeah.
in your mind, right? Having the higher level of thought
Yeah.
is rare and relatively new to the species.
Yeah.
Right? If you look at how long we've been around, it's a difficult concept to grasp, not existing.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
no other animal does.
Well,
Right?
then-
For themselves, they can
Yeah.
understand that when things die, but to sit down and dwell on what'll happen when
When
you
you're dead, that's
you're
only
not
us.
going to go home and your dog isn't going to be watching French movies and sipping coffee and smoking cigarettes, just being, oh no, like
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
But like it's so like when like we're the only organism in the entire known universe that can think about that.
The afterlife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But
That's pretty goddamn rare.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that being able to like rationalize, think like that, like you say, you can connect then the dead to something present and still torment you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's freaky.
You guys just jogged my memory. I completely forgot about this, and I've spent a week researching this for this episode, and I never thought about it once until something Sheldon just said.
Courage a Cowardly Dog.
No.
He deals with ghosts all the time.
Oh, no, it wasn't that at all.
And now Matt forgets it like that.
Yeah, right? It's gone. It's gone. No, when I was young, my grandfather told me a story about his brother. So his brother got sick and died of a disease. It probably was cancer, but I can't remember. And they went to go tell my grandfather. And when they came in, he was like, I know he's dead. Like, before they told him, he knew that they were coming to tell him that he died. And he was like, yeah, he came down last night and spoke to me. Like, appeared in front of him and said goodbye.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Something about my pop had the same kind of thing. Oh, I can't remember it offhand because I was young. It's fucked up.
That's a typical, like, rural Newfoundland
Isn't
type
it?
of story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, maybe rural Newfoundland is more connected with their people. I don't know. There's some form of connection there in terms of, you know, taking care of one another, looking out towards your aunts, uncles, whoever they may be. But that connection is always there, both on a mutual level and then also on a spiritual level. You hear those stories all the time.
There's stories of like twins like that. Like one twin will die and then the other twin will die within a week.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like healthy as anything
Yeah.
and stuff like
And like
that.
elderly
crazy is
couples
that?
too, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, he passed away, and then a week later the wife passed.
Of something completely different.
Yep. Unrelated type
Yeah.
shit.
But I think like he did something out of the ordinary the day, like I was on my way to the bus stop, and he did something strange, but I can't remember what it was. And then he died that night, but it was like something weird. I can't remember, but yeah, you just brought that up and
Let us know if you remember it.
yeah. It'll come to me 3 days down the road, and I'll be like, why the fuck did I ever think of that?
Yeah,
And
that's
then you'll
right.
scream it at someone at work.
yeah. 3 days. No, I shouldn't be back to work then.
That's his concern.
Yeah.
You scream it at someone, you know, in the grocery store.
Yes.
So, like I said, as we've seen, the ghost story is ubiquitous across all cultures, from oral folk tales to works of literature. While ghost stories are often explicitly meant to be scary, they have been written to serve all sorts of purposes, from comedy to morality tales. Spirits of the dead in literature have been there as early as Homer's Odyssey, which features a journey to the underworld and the hero encountering the ghosts of the dead. And even the Old Testament, in which the witch of Endor summons the spirit of the prophet Samuel. So, I mean, as far back as we've been writing about ghosts.
Yeah.
It's such a big part of our thing. There you go. That's how you do it.
I guess we've
So
always
you
been
just-
vulnerable too. That's kind of how we connect with like we perceive an not an afterlife, but we realize we die. But
Yeah.
every creature has some form of vulnerability to them. You know, like dogs look at people while they piss and shit because they're looking out because you're looking out because they think you're looking out to them and other predators.
Yeah. You're
Right.
watching their back.
So like obviously
Yeah.
all animals have some sense of vulnerability.
Yep.
But it depends on how it's construed based on any fears, and then obviously humans have replicated that into ghosts.
Yeah,
Well-
I shit and look at my dog too.
He's looking out for me.
Just got pictures of him on your phone.
He's a good boy.
Well, that's what
Mine
like,
comes in and keeps trying to smell me while I'm taking a piss or a shit.
mine hates it. He hates anything to do with the bathroom.
I fucking hate going to the bathroom with you, too, to be honest.
I'd convert, yeah. That's like, it goes back to the fear of the dark, right? So you evolve to have a fear of the dark because you can't see in it. And if you can't see in it, you don't know what's there. And it's potentially a threat, right?
Yeah. You're vulnerable to the dark. You're vulnerable to the unknown.
Sheldon, you getting more?
Yep.
Give me some too, would you? Pass on that.
That's kind of like where fear is derived from is vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how do you become vulnerable? You know,
Well, and then-
unknown shit.
As you progress as a civilization and you can rationalize things, you still need a way to keep yourself grounded and remind people coming up, like younger people, that there's still scary stuff out there.
That's right.
Like you may think you know everything about the world, but you don't. So that's where a lot of the folk tales revolve around monsters in the woods and ghosts and things like that. So of course you're going to develop them yourself to train your kids to not fuck off into the woods in the middle of the night and
That's
get
right.
eaten by a
Yeah.
wolf.
That's right.
right.
Yeah.
But then there's more to it than that,
Yeah.
because spooky shit keeps happening
Right.
that can't be fully explained.
That's right.
This is where it gets spooky.
I would agree with the first part with what you said, because what I always think about is you're driving down the highway in the summer with the window open and a bee flies into your car, right? So you start to panic, right? And you're starting to drive all over the road. Now, you driving all over the road and acting like an idiot is way more dangerous than the bee in your car,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, it's that thing where, like, you know, your kid going out into the woods, like, it's not the ghost that's scary, it's the wolf
Yeah.
that's scary.
And the parent understands that.
Yes,
but the
exactly.
child doesn't.
But the child doesn't.
And like the modern equivalent is urban legends,
Yes.
right? So you hear these stories about, so like you're driving down the road
Yeah.
in the middle of the night and
Yeah.
you see a woman
Yeah.
and her car is pulled over and the hood is up and she tries to flag you down, right? There's no one else on this road.
Yeah.
Even though it's not an unpopular road, it's just the two of you guys.
Yeah.
So it's just you and her.
Yeah.
And she won't accept that you're calling for help. She needs you to get out of the car. You got to get out of the car and help her, right?
Yeah.
Because
There's someone in the back seat.
ready to get you.
Exactly.
Oh,
Right.
that one always like gets me.
Yeah, I got a little bit goosebumps.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
You're trying to take
I still check the back of my car every night, like every time I'm in, like especially like if there's some kind of thing to make, like if I watch a scary movie. If we talk like after this, if I was to drive home by myself, I would check the back of the car.
I always check back.
Well, like, we drive
look in the back every
Corollas,
time.
so it would have to be a dwarf.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
or an
That's
adopted
secretly
child.
why I went to the Corolla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No murderers in
Gimli
my
is back.
backseat.
And my axe.
We were out doing the grind mine shoot, and I got a ride back to Justin's and went to get in my car, and that was what I did. First thing I did, look in the back seat, see if there's anybody in there waiting to kill me. First thing I did.
And it was even
Completely
scary when I had my
rational.
van. Oh man, like
Yeah, that would just
like
that's
you
too
can
much
fit,
Takes
you
room.
can fit
time.
an army.
Yeah, it
Oh,
takes time to
it's
search.
It's like a goblin army in the back.
But okay, I was coming home from Adrian's one time when we were dating, and I was going across New Harbor Barrens, and there was super spooky, right?
Yeah, remember Howley Drive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
oh yeah, there was a truck, like a Ford F-150, parked on the side of the road, all the doors open, light on, running,
Yep.
nobody around, not a fucking
Yeah,
soul.
fuck that.
So I slowed down, and I rolled my window down a little bit, and I was like looking as I was like creeping, and I was like looking, nobody around. And I was like, well, I guess they got it figured out. And I just fucking run it. I was, there's no fucking chance. I'll read it on the news tomorrow if somebody's dead, because there's no fucking way I'm stopping.
Right.
And this stuff does happen.
Yeah.
Right? So like you get like the old urban legend of the couple who goes up on Makeout Lane and they're necking. And the broadcast comes across the radio and it's this just in, a patient has escaped from the fucking crazy mental hospital down the road and he eats people's fucking eyes. And they're like, oh, don't worry about that, just finger me, who cares? and then all of a sudden they hear something outside and she goes, oh, Brad, go check it out. And he's like, oh, I just want to fuck you. And he's like, I'll go check it out. So then they go out and she's just there alone in the car and she hears this scraping on the roof. And she goes, oh, I don't know what that is. So then she goes out to check it out. She looks up, and it's fucking Brad, hung up, dead. And then there's a hook on the door. There's a bunch of different stories.
yeah. You mashed
those
a
are
couple
his
together there.
Those
Yeah,
are his
yeah.
eyes.
But
Yeah.
they all
Went on
relate
the
to the
roof.
same thing.
Yes.
Don't go out and be teenagers, because
Yeah.
someone will get you.
That's right.
And then it happened
Yeah.
in Texarkana.
Yeah.
right? So they made a whole movie about it,
Yeah.
The Town That Dreaded Sundown,
That's right.
right? So that was about a guy who just went out and just fucking killed people
Yep.
who were in their cars for no reason.
That's right.
And the Son of Sam did the same thing,
He did.
right? And that was in New York. So these things happened.
Your story reminds me of Night of the Creeps. How it starts off like that, like teenagers necking
Yeah.
at like the point, and then an escape patient happens. But then by the end of it, there's like zombies, alien
Yeah.
slugs. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love
Whoa.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a
great.
hard
It's
left
great.
turn.
That and Creepshow are two movies I love showing people.
Oh
Because
man,
there's no way to describe those two movies.
Creepshow's so good. New Creepshow on Shudder now.
have you watched it?
No, I didn't even know
You?
it was out.
Not yet.
Is it a movie or a show?
Show.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like each episode is a different.
Yeah. There's one episode out now. I think the new one comes out Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, shitty.
Yeah. Very much looking forward to it.
In New Harbor, that's how people would deter their kids from going out to Anderson's Cove and the Salmon Hole. They would talk about the White Lady.
White Lady,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember a lot of people saying, "Oh, we saw the White Lady. We saw the White Lady." But I'm thinking about it now, and across the bay, you could always see lights coming, like when they come down from that hill around Chapel Arm, or sorry, Long Cove. And then I remember seeing it one time, and then like if you sit in the trees a certain way, like you can actually see like a bit of glare coming through these lights,
Yeah.
or like even like quads or some kind of. You know, like you could see like at least glare and stuff, and I always thought maybe that's what that was like.
That reminds me where I lived in Chapel Arm. Like, Chapel Arm's almost a U. Like, the bay comes in and you can see the other arm.
Yeah.
My stepmom was like, one night there was a blinking light going up the other arm, but then it like went on the water without slowing down and up the bay. So it was like, yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Zach? I don't know if you were with us or
Halloween Drive. Is that what you're talking about? Are we talking about?
it wasn't Halloween Drive, but it was on the way back from the Barrens.
I remember that. I know
The
exactly
car
what you're talking
was it coming towards us? Or
about. I was on
something?
Halloween Drive, so we were on. Remember Halloween Drive? It was like this. It was like all the trees were like
Yeah.
tight
Yeah.
to the road.
Yeah.
There was no lights, and it was always rickety and stuff. And we saw a car coming down from the hill, and
That wasn't on Halloween Drive. We just got off Halloween Drive going home on the Barrens.
okay,
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, we saw the car in the distance.
go down a hill.
Yeah.
and then we never met that car afterwards.
Never. And there was no turnoffs. It was just like
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause we were
Because
probably
there's
with, like,
nowhere
Mackenzie
else
or
to go.
We
No.
were
Yeah.
at Mackenzie.
No.
Yeah.
You can't park a car. You can't
no. See,
hide it.
yeah, exactly. That was the thing, and it just disappeared. It was coming toward, and then went down
Yeah.
and never came up.
Yeah.
I legit got a chill down my spine, that one.
Yeah, that freaked us out pretty fucking
Oh,
good.
I
Did you
remember
see
that.
the lights disappear? Like, were you
No,
looking
it
at
was
them?
No,
like-
you saw
you know
like a
when-
hill, and then like it went down to like almost like a valley, kind of a cusp, and then obviously
Oh,
you felt,
okay.
it felt like it was going to come back up.
Come back up, and then we
never
meet
did.
it. Yeah, nothing
I don't like that one.
on the Barrens of all fucking places,
The
right?
Barrens is scary as fuck.
Dude,
Yeah,
when
it
you were
is.
coming home the Barrens and it's like a little bit of fog on the road, that's the scariest fucking shit going,
Fuck
man.
the moose. The
Yeah.
ghosts are gonna get.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We could almost just rename this episode "What Scares You."
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be
Yeah.
fine with that.
Right? Also, not a bad idea for a podcast.
I agree.
Just invite
That's
people in
true.
and talk about what scares the shit out of them.
Absolutely. It'd be a good show.
I also feel like people from Newfoundland listening to this episode is going to be like, oh shit, yeah, the Barons. And then, like, literally the rest of the world's like, what the fuck's that?
Yeah, but they'll just be like, "Oh, we have a Barons that's creepy like that."
Yeah.
There's no lights in the odd cabin, and like the one that's
Yeah.
you know falling down.
Yeah.
The ones that are more pristine.
Well, okay, I'll do it. I'll be a good podcaster right now, and I'll say it. Listen, if anybody's out there listening and you've got some creepy shit like that and you're hearing this episode, go follow us on Twitter and tell us the creepy shit.
I
Yeah.
really thought you were going to say, go fuck yourself.
As a
While you're
follow-up,
at it.
Yeah, while you're at it, go fuck yourself.
yeah. When you're done with that, don't forget to go fuck yourself. do.
That's wicked.
But like the thing about all that shit is that there's a reason why it's scary. I don't. You guys probably talked about this. You talked about the necking thing, but like Son of Sam was actually going and killing people. But
Yeah.
like on the Barrens, people get in accidents.
Yes.
You know, moose pop out, old folks' home burned down.
Yep.
Like weird shit and scary shit.
There's been multiple
happens.
things on the Barrens that have been very traumatic.
or any stretch of like deserted stretch of road with no lights. Right? It's just like a common like that's the first thing your head goes to is like what in the fuck just happened.
Well, disappearing cars are pretty scary on their
Yeah.
own.
They are terrifying. They're terrifying. That's like
Do you remember
Yeah.
when we went to go look at that Salika?
Yeah.
In Mobile?
Mobile, yeah. Oh, ugh. That creepy fucking. I don't even know if you call it a road.
That was very similar. That road's so very similar to the Barrens.
Yeah.
You know, it's the shits. You know, like it's poorly, and there's nothing on it, and it's no trees whatsoever.
Well, like further, we went like on an off road in Mobile, up like almost like a bog path. I don't know, it was like a rock path, I
Yeah,
guess.
and it was, well, we got out there. It was dark because we went to go look at a
80 odd Celica.
Yeah, and the picture the guy had up was the car intact, right? So
It was bright when we got there.
yeah, but it was
But when
just
we
turning
left,
dark.
Yeah, it was going like
So it's dusk,
Dusk,
as
at-
we're driving
at
down
best.
this old road, following this rickety old truck
with Ashley.
with Ashley, who was fucking shitbaked. She was uncomfortable enough anyway, and
Yeah.
then we started driving down this road, and it got narrower and more full of alder bushes and trees and darker.
Well, it certainly sounds like you're about to be murdered.
And then we pulled into this lot with a shitty ass old house, and we said, "Oh, we're here now." And he said, "No, I got to check on my dog, or something." Remember? And
Yeah.
he went in.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, he was most certainly torturing someone.
and then
Yeah.
he came out, and
there's
then
someone
we,
in a
went,
well.
we drove further down this road.
Yeah, he then instructed us to go further down.
Yeah, he said, "You can go on down, and we'll catch up."
Oh, no.
Yeah,
And then we
yeah.
went down like we drove like a minute down the road.
Yeah,
And it was just cars.
just abandoned cars, and it was a completely
Guys,
disassembled
this is-
Celica.
No.
Like all the glass was taken out, the seats were out of it, the hood was.
And at this
off.
point, it was pretty fucking. It was like maybe this time of year at like 6 o'clock.
So
quarter
these
to
were
6.
all the cars of the same people he murdered.
Exactly.
And then
Well,
retry it.
you pull up to this car and you said, "Well, this is the car we spoke about, but it can't be the same car because it's completely disassembled." So you can play the situation in your head. You pull up on it, you get out and you look at it, and then you clue into it and you go, "Well, why would he show us a picture of a completely assembled car?" And then he comes up behind you and chops you in the face with a fucking. That's when he chops you with the axe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you just showed up
They
and went.
disassembled it, get rid of all the blood stains and everything
Right.
out on the.
But instead, you've got
Interior.
a 97 Corolla illuminating a decrepit mid-80s Celica,
Yeah.
disassembled entirely, with a few of us stood out in front of it looking
Yeah, I
at it.
think the only saving grace for one or two of us not getting murdered was that there was 4 people,
Yeah.
and that
He was
a lot
expecting
too much
one
meat.
person.
Yeah, it's too much meat to get rid of.
And then this guy shows up and he goes, "Yeah, I drove it in here." And we said, "Well, yeah."
And then you took it apart.
Yeah, and he said, "Well, it worked when I drove it in here." I said, "Well, put it back together. Maybe you would have sold the car today." And we had to
Fucking
just fucking leave again, and Ashley was crying. She was so
Yeah.
upset.
Beginning of your story reminds me
Never
of
am
Pet
I going
Cemetery, like the old man. People don't go down that road no more.
Don't go down that road. Like, just old cars down that road.
Reminds me of a rat race. Remember that lady selling squirrels?
You should have bought a squirrel.
Should have bought a squirrel.
Kathy
yeah.
Bates.
Yeah, Ashley was right.
She wasn't wrong.
Like, that's fucked up. Should have turned around. Should have been like, nah,
Well,
not
it's 4
gonna
of
go.
us. It was me, Zach, Mackenzie, Ashley.
Yeah.
We're not gonna turn. Well,
Yeah.
3 of us aren't gonna turn around.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Favorite films about ghosts? I want to know. I want to know your answers. I want to go. So start with Zach. What's your favorite ghost-related film?
Oh,
I know. I'm putting you on the spot. So you got to do it within 10 seconds now. Gimme.
it's got to be a ghost.
Ghost.
Specifically, Ghost.
Yeah.
Or Wraith, all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, of
Revenant.
course. Yes. Revenant, Wraith. What's your favorite ghost film?
It's hard to say. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah. Pick
like,
one.
would you call The Shining a ghost
Yeah,
film?
indeed I would.
Right? That's probably number one.
Yeah.
I mean, more modern stuff. Crimson Peak is good. People don't like it because they're expecting full-on horror. This is a Victorian ghost story. It's
No, I
it's
love
a
it.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, I love it.
It's beautiful.
oh,
it's a
man,
good
it's-
story,
it's-
well acted.
Yeah.
It's got enough little bit of mystery to it, and fuck, I gotta say The Shining. If you're gonna call it a ghost story,
I thought you were going to say The Happening.
fuck you.
You gotta be dead to enjoy it. Hey-oh.
But okay, actually, sorry. The Frighteners.
Hey, all right. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
it's The
yeah.
Frighteners.
Yeah.
I was thinking it had to be flat out scary, but
No, ghost film.
yeah,
Yeah.
Frighteners is it, 100%.
Cool. Good answer.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you got?
I'm torn. And, like, this is the kind of answer question where I'll say it, And then, like, again, 3 days later, I'll be like, God damn it. I guess Shining, technically, but I don't, like, associate that with ghosts when I first think of it. I think of, like, an isolated man going insane.
Yeah.
More so than ghosts, but I guess you could argue, like, well, the ghost made him crazy, whatever. My nostalgia for Poltergeist, because that was, like, one of the first horror movies little Ryan saw, and, like, the real corpses they use in that movie.
Yeah.
And the fucking clown. I'm still scared of clowns from today.
Yep.
I'm actually kind of cold now thinking of it. But then, like, Insidious, I saw that in college. Theoretically a grown-up, but not really. And that still scared the shit out of me. Like I said, I couldn't look out my kitchen window for a week. Or my bathroom window for a week. So I'm torn because Insidious is so fucking scary. But Poltergeist is, like, one of the first scares I've had. And it's still creepy as shit.
Yep.
So I can pick or choose. I'm going to say Poltergeist because I'm kind of biased towards 80s movies anyway. So
yeah.
Poltergeist.
That's a good answer. What do you got?
Come back to me. Yeah, I don't know any ghost movies, really.
Yeah.
Can you give me some examples that I might have seen? I haven't seen any of the ones the guys talked about.
Your favorite is definitely The Happening. I know you've
Mine's
seen
probably Chill Factor, actually.
Yeah. Chill Factor. It's
The Pest.
The best, yeah.
Which way did he go, George?
I remember we saw The Happening, and,
way
every,
did
and we
we
were all
go?
like, which movie should we go to? There was a fuckload of us that went to the theater that time.
Yeah, it's
And we're like, oh, okay.
I've never seen that.
You were there, man.
No,
for sure.
I was not.
Well, 3 people in this room were there. Paul was there. Jared, I'm sure, was there.
But who's... And like, then we saw The Happening. I've never seen you so upstraught by watching a movie.
Upstraught.
Yeah, you were angry. Like you
I was
were,
upset and distraught. I was very upstraught.
Yeah,
It was just so fucking bad.
yeah.
Like,
I've seen
irredeemably
it after.
bad.
I've seen it after, like, knowing, and I laughed at it with Chad and Lozanne quite a
so
bit.
garbage. Like, it opens up and Mark Wahlberg is like, the bees are important. Nature's mad. If you don't remember, this is the whole movie right here. I'm a teacher. I'm a fucking big dum-dum. Boo, 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 boo. Go back to school. And then it's like, oh,
Just give me a second to think.
right?
Just give me a second.
What? No.
Fuck.
Then Buddy runs himself over the lawnmower.
This goddamn
Yeah.
shotgun just goes out of a hole and no one sees it. Just boom, blows the fucking guy away. And it's like, oh, would you see that coming? We better outrun the fucking wind.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
this.
saw it. I saw it in theaters. It was trash.
God damn it.
Hey, guy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just gonna, like, use the bathroom. I don't want any trouble. Oh, you're a plastic plant. Oh, sorry. I'm still talking to you.
So stupid.
Such a terrible movie. And look,
Fuck's
look,
sakes.
I am not a Shyamalan basher. I love The Village, which a lot of people did not.
Yeah, that was great.
Good,
Yeah.
but it was really heavy-handed. But it was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably.
I really want to see the other 2 cuts of that movie.
I would also enjoy. I don't think any movie with Bryce Dallas Howard is a bad movie, so sue me.
Okay, maybe not great, but yeah, it was definitely, like,
Isn't she in the new Jurassic World movies?
She sure is.
They're not great.
best Spider-Man movie she's in.
Shut your whore mouth.
I like The Ring.
Would you guys?
Yeah.
I like The Ring. But I was thinking about them. What would you call it? Is she a ghost? Is she a poltergeist?
I would say she's a ghost for sure.
But
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You know, like, is she a demon? We're talking about different cultures.
Yeah.
Earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a wraith.
Yeah.
She's a revenant because
Well,
she's vengeful.
Yes.
She's imprinted on the tape, so whatever that
She's
definition
a
falls
residual
into.
hunt of
So
a
revenant.
tape, and she's like a revenant, I would
Revenant,
say.
yeah.
Jared rented that movie. I was at Justin's that night. Jared rented a movie, and that was what he rented, and he didn't realize how scary it was.
Oh, God.
So he turned it on, and he got to the scene with Sarah Michelle Gellar in the closet.
It maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's who it was.
I always think of Pamela Anderson from the scary movie spoof scene that they did of it.
Yeah,
Pamela
yeah,
Anderson
yeah.
and Jenny McCarthy, I think it was.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway,
So
continue.
yeah, that scene where she and she's in the closet.
Yeah.
That scared him so much that he had to pause the movie, and he got Mom to call us, and she was like, "Yeah, Jared has to come watch a movie with you guys because he's so scared." And like, we weren't young, like we were children, but we weren't like
We're probably like
7.
13, maybe.
Yeah, and I was like, "What was wrong with It's not that scary. So then we fired it up, and Jared was like, just hold the fuck on and watch. He didn't say a fucking thing. It's just like me and Justin and Jared and Leah watching it in Justin's living room. And then that happened, and we all went, oh, Jesus!
Yeah.
But the body motions
That one scared
that
the
she
fuck out
does
of
when
me.
she, like,
Yeah.
just like those fucking...
Do you ever see The Grudge?
Yeah, The Grudge
Yeah.
also fucked me
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Those when that like
Oh, wait.
era of Japanese horror came out, like that was horror movies that I
that what I'm
couldn't
thinking
handle.
of?
Was it?
That might be what I'm thinking of.
No, I think it's The Ring is the fucked up face.
Is
I
that
don't
the
think
one
I
with
watched
Black-
The Grudge.
the
I think I was
well,
too
right?
afraid
Oh
to
no,
watch
no, no, no! The Ring's the girl coming out of the well.
Yeah.
Coming out of the TV. The Grudge has the face.
And the girl coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
In weird ways.
Because I think it's the
Yes.
phone call from The Ring. Because The Ring is they call you,
Yeah.
and it's like you will die in 7 days
Yeah.
or whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? And I think that scene is her after she gets that call, or 7 days after the call or whatever. If I'm wrong, I now sound like an idiot because I just argued for it to be that.
Well,
and-
I mean, they're both creepy Japanese scary movies.
yeah,
But, like, why is those movements, though? Like, why are they so scary? You know, like, that type of movement that coming... Like, obviously, it's coming towards you.
Just
well, it's the same thing. It's the unnatural. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it is... It is The Ring. It is The Ring. It's
Yeah.
not Sarah Michelle Gellar. Sarah Michelle Gellar is in one of the Grudge movies.
Ah,
And they all bled together to me because, like, for color palette, they're all really similar.
absolutely.
It happened
Please
to
stop.
be
Please turn that
Japanese.
away from me. I don't want to see that
Yeah.
shit. It
Oh, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
freaks me the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
out. I
yeah,
don't like it at
yeah.
all.
Oh,
Yeah.
That one, it's that face
yeah.
that got us.
yeah.
That's The Ring, right?
Boy, I don't like that.
What's
I
the
gotta tell ya.
Grudge one?
Grudge is basically a remake of Ju-on. It's like Americanized
Yeah.
Ju-on, but it's like the same director, so that's why it's so good. But yeah, like the one you were mimicking with the boy and like the girl coming down the stairs in a weird way.
Oh, the boy. Boo.
Yeah.
That was
Like
creepy.
That's the crab walk one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which is obviously an homage to The Exorcist,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, for sure.
Oh, I seen. I know a ghost movie that I liked.
Okay.
The newer version of Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
I didn't see the old one. I didn't see the fucking old one.
Well, that's why he
They're
likes
all
it.
bad.
What do you mean?
that's
It was kind of
not a
spooky.
Great franchise.
I don't fucking know.
Even the old ones are garbage.
Fucked if I know. I don't know. I literally looked up Wikipedia's list for ghost movies, and I
That's
recognized
the
like
one with,
Chucky.
with Ryan Reynolds and the Indian in the basement.
Indian in the cupboard, I think.
Are you serious?
You beat me to it, you asshole.
Plaz Tech.
Maybe I didn't see that one. I don't know what the fuck I saw, man.
Oh wait, did they make it again after the Ryan
I
Reynolds
think
one?
they may have.
I feel like there was another Amityville movie.
Oh my god, they're all so bad. Just all they gotta do is tell the story of what actually happened in the house is way scarier.
2005.
Some kid just shot all of his family for no reason.
Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw that one. I thought it was okay. I was also young.
We saw that in theaters for a field trip.
Oh my god.
Do you remember
Teachers
that?
are irresponsible.
That was one of the options. It was that, I think.
I probably saw the not spooky option.
Like the whole 9 yards? No.
I
the
probably
longest,
saw that.
The longest yard, I think, was the other option.
Adam Sandler movie?
That sounds like something I'd do.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler
Yeah.
and Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
was a
did
shit
see.
movie.
I did see Chucky or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Child's Play.
Well, it's a voodoo movie, not a
That-
ghost.
Well, I looked up ghost movies on Wikipedia and it came up.
Well, Wikipedia's wrong in this case.
Yeah, well.
I had a babysitter when I was like 8 years old, came over to babysit and put on fucking Child's Play. He was like, here, watch this, you'll love it.
Ooh.
When I was a kid, I was like a big bitch with horror movies, but like I found them fascinating.
Yeah.
So what I do was I would like Friday the 13th would be on, but then I'd find a cartoon and I just jump between it. So like every time I started to like, you know, when my balls shrank to like an unnecessary degree, I like switch back over to the cartoon
Yeah.
to like chill out.
That's
But
smart.
then sometimes I'd see like a very horrifying scene. I'd be like, all right, night light's on for like 2 months
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
So I'll give you
I need a lighthouse now.
So I'll do you one better. When I recently watched Hereditary, I did the same thing, alt-tabbing back and forth because I was like, this is too scary.
Hereditary was good.
It was
really
an amazing movie.
really uncomfortable.
Yes. That scene where it's pitch black and your eyes adjust to what's going on fucked me up completely.
Yeah.
That ruined my existence for like 4 or 5 days. I was like,
The jumpy horror is what kills me, man. That's what the scariest thing. Like,
See, that's why I
are
liked
you afraid of the dark
Insidious.
and stuff? Like all those little. Like I remember there was one.
That's the scariest ghost fucking shit. Is the dead man's? Was it dead man something?
The Fog is a good ghost movie too.
Have I seen The Fog?
I've seen The Fog with you, I think.
Perhaps, yeah.